So we're going to focus today's session on neck and shoulders because I imagine everybody is, like me, getting stiff in the neck and shoulders because of holding phones and working too much online. So let's grab a block and we'll do some isometric tasks first up. And so with your block and legs widely spread across the mat, we're going to squeeze onto the block and bend our knees. So squeezing onto the block as though you're trying to pop the block without any expression on your face. Okay, so we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. All right, just give yourself a little shoulder roll. This time we're going to pull our elbows in and lift the block overhead. So drawing the elbows towards each other, and then bend the knees and breathe. Inhale, 1. Exhale, keeping the elbows shoulder width or block width and squeezing onto the block. Inhale, 2. So this might be quite challenging. And 3. All right, bring your arms down, give yourself a little shoulder roll, shoulder roll. I'm sure that we can keep our legs activated. So bring the block behind you and see if you can push at least your fingertips onto the block, at least the fingers, if not the whole palm, squeezing onto the block. It might not be that you can access the whole palm. Okay, fingertips or palm and squeezing onto the block. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Right, bring yourself out of the goddess squat. Just bend and lengthen the legs. We're going to pass the block around now. Okay, so pass the block from one hand to the other and try to keep your arms as high as possible, especially around the back. So passing the block in one direction, keeping the shoulders and the hands, the block at shoulder height. Shoulders don't have an option, they have to be at shoulder height. Okay, and then pass it in the other direction. Try to keep your head fairly stable. So you're not pushing your head forwards. You're not helping with anything. You're just using your arms. And so this is going to give us a bit of power in our arms. All right, and just give yourself a bend and a length and a roll. And let's now take our block up and over and pass it to the bottom hand. So you're bending the bottom elbow and seeing if you can pass the block from the top hand to the bottom hand. This gives you a very deep inhale and exhale, internal and external rotation in the shoulders. And so if you can't pass the block down to the bottom hand, maybe drop it in or just make the shape. You don't have to pass the block, just make the shape. Okay, let's do 2 or 3 more. Passing of our block, warming up around the shoulders. This is the whole rotator cuff of the shoulders that are involved here. And then ditch the block for a little while. Bend your knees deeply and lean on your legs. Let's drop one shoulder forwards at a time. So you're just going to rotate the chest, drawing a shoulder forwards, using your arms on the legs to push against. So you're doing a bit of side stretch to the torso and a little shrug into the shoulder. All right, let's go into warrior 2. So you've just got the right knee bent and the left leg straight. And we're going to go elbow down, up and over. We're going to move and breathe from side angle to reverse warrior. Okay, inhale, reverse warrior, reaching to sky, exhaling down. And so moving as slowly and breathing as slowly as you feel it's suitable. So not speeding up the movement nor the breathing. You're synchronizing movement and breathing, but trying to go as slowly as possible. Right, let's take one last reverse warrior, side angle. Like you're a model at a photo shoot, and you're going to move forwards and backwards with this top arm. So inhale, reach back, maybe looking up. Exhale, reach forwards and down so your elbow comes forward. So this is about rolling the rib cage as you move and breathe. So this is working both arms differently. The bottom arm is stabilizing, the top arm is mobilizing. We'll do 2 more. Last one. All right, bring yourself up and out into the other side. So we can go to warrior 2 on the left leg, elbow down, right up and arm up and over, side angle, moving and breathing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach to the side. And so smooth movement, as smooth as possible. Really try and enjoy the movement, the breathing, the synchronizing of moving and breathing, the power in the legs, the mobility in the spine, the reach of the arms. 2 more. All right, stay in the side angle and let's take hand at the back of our head and we inhale, reach back, exhale, reach forward. And so slow the movement down, slow the breathing down. Two more. Last one. Okay, coming back up and out, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, and just give your arms a little swing. Give the feet a little kick. And just let's give the ankles a roll. So 1 foot onto the floor and rolling the ankle. So you can go over your toes, rolling one ankle and rolling the other ankle. All right, this is giving us a bit of a break because we're going to go back into that type of exercise. So bend your knees and roll. When you roll your knees, the ankles and the hips are involved. So rolling in one direction. You can actually go into the edges of the feet. So onto a little, like your feet are skiing. So you can roll all the way down onto inner and outer edge of feet. All right, so come back up and let's go back into the goddess squat. And so now we're going to do all the flexions in the arms. So go a little deeper now because we've got the power to go a little bit deeper, I think. So come out with our hands, push outwards, and then pull fingertips towards floor. Pull fingers down. So you've got the palms open, spread the fingers, push out. Now just bring the thumbs in, just the thumbs, fingers over thumbs, keep the knuckles down. Okay, pull the knuckles down, a few more seconds there. Okay, flexion in the wrists, bring the knuckles to the sky. Pull the knuckles to the sky, pause there. Flexion in the elbows, pull the knuckles to the shoulders, pause there. Maybe bring the elbows slightly back, pull the elbows back. Okay, lift the elbows up and over your head without moving your head forwards. Elbows up and over your head, bend your knees deeply. Breathe deep, slow breaths. Inhale 1, exhale. 2, exhale. And 3, exhale here. And then releasing the shoulders, releasing the elbows, releasing the wrists, releasing the fingertips, releasing the thumbs. Take your hands down onto your knees to give yourself a break and see if you can lean on your hands and soften your lower back so that you're using your arms to lean upon. They're like tent poles and your spine is released. If you can manage to relax and release the lower back spine by leaning on your legs. That sometimes works for some people. It sometimes feels a little bit too vulnerable around the lower back. So just be careful with that experience. That's our break. And then we'll come back up. Just give yourself a bend and a lengthen through the legs. And then a little slide to slide through the legs so they can just change the effort before we go into one last squat. Okay, so we're going to go down. Our hands are behind us. just bring the right hand in front of the left hand. So you've got right hand, then left hand, then your bum, your sacrum, and then pull the hands back off your bum, off your sacrum, and push them together. 3 breaths here. Inhale, 1. Nice broad shoulders, pushing your hands together. Inhale, 2. So it's not palm to palm. You've got the left hand on top of the right hand. 3. Exhale here. Keep the legs where they are. Swap. So your right hand is in front of your left hand. So you've got left hand, right hand, then your sacrum. Lift the hands back off the sacrum. Push the hands together and breathe. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale here. All right, lifting up and out of that squat. Well done. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Give yourself a little shake out, shake out, shake out, jiggle. Maybe a little shaking dance just for a few seconds. Let the shoulders shrug as you dance. All right, so let's come into Kapalabhati breathing, which is the short, sharp breath, belly-based breath, pushing the air out through your nostrils. Hold your elbows above your head, soften your knees, close your eyes. Kapalabhati breathing for 40 pulses. Ready and go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fall down. Hold the breath out. Maybe lifting a little vacuum in your belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release your belly. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, closed eyes. Just resting for a moment. Standing, resting. Keep breathing. Smooth, soft breath. Calming yourself down. If you feel a little bit dizzy or overwhelmed, come back to the ground. Come back to stable earth. And let's go again. Holding the elbows, soften the knees, closed eyes, 50 pulses of Kapalabhati breathing. This time, ready and go. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, fall down. Hold the breath out. Maybe lifting and flaring the ribs so the belly is like a vacuum for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, stand up, inhale. Soft face, closed eyes, standing for a moment. Come back to the earth, grounding. You have a strong body and a spacious mind. You're right here, right now, alive, breathing, feeling, awake. Let's go one last round of Kapalabhati. Soft knees, hold elbows, maybe swap the cross. You'll always hold the same elbow in the same way, so swap the cross. Last round, 60 pulses of Kapalabhati breathing. Ready and go. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, fall down. Hold breath out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, stand up. Recover. Passive breathing. Just come to ground. Snap back to stable. The mountain strong body, the spacious open mind. And then just give yourself a little shake out, and we'll go to hands and knees next. And so as you come to hands and knees, as usual, we're just going to allow a release in the spine. So spread your fingers, move spine as spine loves to move. So moving your pelvis, which allows the hips, the sacrum, and the lower back spine to release. And moving the rib cage, which allows the collarbones, shoulder blades, and neck to release and move. And then moving the head around without throwing your head. Moving slowly so that the neck meeting up into the skull can release, the neck meeting through the thoracic area, through the thoracic spine can release. Last few seconds of free mobilization of the spine. And we'll need to give our hands a break. So let's come forwards and down. And we're going to warm up the back body. So we'll go into the kicking Shalabhasana. Hands can come back. Lengthen the legs to lift, 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 and kick, 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 kick. Just the legs, nice and straight, nice and straight. No bending the knees, straight legs, straight legs. Lift the hands up like you're pushing the ceiling away with the back of your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then soften down, peel back up and over your knees and into child's pose to rest your hips, your buttocks, rest your spine, rest your head onto your hands, and just take a couple of soft, slow breaths. Landing into the right here, right now, alive, breathing, and brilliant. What a moment. This moment of being alive. Not taking it for granted, not forgetting how miraculous it is. Enjoying every delicious breath, every delicious moment that you have to experience called your lifetime. Right here, right now, alive, breathing, and brilliant. Okay, let's come up and into our hands and knees, and we'll continue moving our spine. So we're going to inhale, arch spine, but we're pulling back at the same time, and then exhale, curl spine, but pull forwards in space. So you're going forwards on the curled spine, the exhale, inhale, pulling back. That's it. Exhale, pull forwards. So it's cat-cow, but you're moving and breathing. Inhale, stick your butt back. Lift your chin as you move backwards in space. Inhale, exhale, curl forwards. Inhale, arch back. Exhale, curl forwards. Arch back, nothing aggressive. Just allow whatever feels good to happen. If it doesn't feel good to move forwards and backwards, you can ditch that bit. It can just be the normal cat-cow. 2 more. Inhale and curl, kick yourself, curl forwards. And then back. Last one. Curl, arching back, bringing yourself down into the child's pose. So let's, from a child's pose, go into what's called the poppy pose, which is a strong arch in the spine. So bring your bum or hips in line with the knees, bring your hands down onto elbows, and then walk your arms forwards. Bring either the forehead or your chin to the floor, so you're arching through your spine. So you're really sticking your bum up and out, up to the ceiling. Your arms are at the front of the mat. You're opening the armpits and the shoulders. Puppy pose, couple of breaths here. So either chin or forehead touching the ground. You have a stretch that is coming across the front of the spine. It might be the front of the throat, or it might just be across the armpit area, across the chest area. Let's do one more breath here. And then we can push into our elbows to lift our face off the floor, and let's go into down dog next. So spread hands, lift bum, and then bend one knee at a time, emphasizing the length through the back of the leg as you bring the heel down towards the floor, but the toe stretching as you bend one knee. So toe stretching on one foot and back of leg stretching on the other. Release your head and neck, kinking into the pelvis maybe. You can wag a big down dog tail. So you might add a sway of your hips, a sway of your pelvis as you bend one knee at a time. All right, let's take our right foot to the sky into three-legged dog, and then take the right foot to the right side of the right hand for lizard lunge. Bring the hands into fists, and we're going to rock the lizard lunge a few times, forwards and backwards. And you're just warming up around the pelvis, the hips, being respectful of the hamstrings, especially if you're feeling tight today. That tightness will be experienced at the back of the thigh. Hamstrings will be the bit that starts to feel a little tight in this one. All right, we're going to lean into the lizard lunge just for a moment. You can bring your hands down onto the mat, and your back knee can be settled onto the floor or not. You can lengthen the back leg if you want to put a bit of charge for this position. We're here for 3 breaths in the lizard lunge. If you want to bring your elbows down to the floor, you can bring your elbows down. So just allow the lizard lunge to develop in whichever way feels suitable and fun and enjoyable for you. 2 more breaths. If you've got the back knee lifted, bring the back knee down and walk yourself up. Now bring the back knee a little bit closer, so it's more like a 90-90 position with your legs. We're sitting up off our hands. So we've got the right foot down onto the mat and the back knee, the left knee onto the mat. And we're going to just allow the pelvis, the tailbone to draw down, and you'll feel the stretch across the left thigh, the tailbone drawing down. We're going to lift our arms up into the center, and then we're going to open the right hand back and the left hand forwards on the exhale. So inhale, center, exhale, twisting. Inhale, center. Same side, twisting towards the right, trying to spin the lungs. Inhale, center. Exhale, spinning into the twist. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, spin and stay. 3 breaths. 1. Exhale, keep spinning, using the core strength to spin the chest around. 2, keep the tailbone drawing downwards. And 3, inhale here. And exhale. Let's go back to down dog. So the hands come down and the foot comes back, and we'll bend one knee at a time. Of course, this is hard on the knee that's going to be staying on the mat. So hopefully you've got whatever support you need for your knee. All right, let's lift the left foot up. Left foot to left side of left hand for lizard. Back knee is down so that we can just flush forwards and backwards, hands into fist, and rock forwards and backwards. Allowing the thighs and the hips to get some mobility and space. We're going to stay in the lizard lunge, so we can bring the hands down. You can lengthen the back leg if you'd like. I kind of feel quite purposeful when I've got a lengthened back leg. You can bring the elbows down onto the floor if that feels possible and supportive. And 3 breaths. Inhale, 1. 2. 3. So the back knee can come down again, your back up and onto your hands, and then you're going to bring the back knee slightly further forwards. And you can actually bring, if your left foot's way out to the side, bring it more central. It doesn't have to be right in line with the hip. It can be slightly offline. All right, but the back knee and the hip are in line, and you're drawing the tailbone down, which stretches across the front of the right thigh. All right, lift hands up, inhale. Exhale, twist the chest and the arms open. You're going to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach up, keep drawing the tailbone down. Exhale, left and stay. 3 breaths. Inhale, 1. Exhale, spread the hands, spread the arms, spin the chest. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Keep the tailbone drawing down. Inhale, 3. Exhale here. All right, hands come down, foot comes back. Soften the legs, bend one knee at a time. Hopefully the legs, the hips, and the arms all feel wakeful now. Let's walk forwards into floppy forward bend. And let's release our head and neck. Just getting whatever decompression you have available in the neck. You can sway a little from side to side. And then walk up the legs and come all the way to standing. All right, we're going to do like a little curtsy position. So when we stand in the center, we're going to bring our elbows towards each other and lift the arms up. And then we're going to bring the right foot behind the left leg, bring the elbows out and draw the knee towards the floor, pulling the elbows back. The back knee might touch the floor. So we're going to go inhale, reach up. Exhale, little curtsy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows bend, knee comes down, curtsy. That's it. Inhale, center. Exhale, open the arms, back knee towards the floor. Inhale, center. So we just keep going to the right side. This is about the hips and the shoulders. And curtsy on the exhalation. So this is giving lots of power through that left leg and lots of mobility through the arms and shoulders. 2 more. Last one. Can we stand the curtsy? So float the knee off the floor, bring your elbows into like a goalpost and pull your elbows back. The knees floating. Inhale, 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale, 3. Exhale here. Well done. Come up and out. Give yourself a little kick out. And let's bring the hands around the back of the head. So you're cradling the head in the hands. You can soften your knees. And then elbows draw forwards. Just roll the head from side to side. So you're looking slightly up, rolling the head from side to side, releasing the neck. Cradling the head, move the head freely from side to side. And then release. We've got the other side to do now. Okay, so same drill. Inhale, center. Exhale to the curtsy on the left side. So you're going left foot behind. Okay, elbows towards the center. Inhale, up. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, center. Exhale, curtsy. Moving smoothly and slowly. Getting some power and balance in the legs. And it might be that this side's easier or harder. We don't have to go all the way down. The knee doesn't need to touch the floor. It can just be a comfortable curtsy. If you are touching the floor with your knee, you're not banging into the floor. Okay, let's do 3 more. Last one, we're going to stay on this one. Ready? Okay, stay, float the knee, bend both knees, pull the elbows into a more square goalpost arms and pull back. Inhale, 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale here. Well done. Lift up and out. Give yourself a little shake out. Give yourself a little pound on the thighs. So bent knees, pound, 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 punching down the thighs just to release those muscles. All right, so let's go down onto our back next. Coming onto your back, and we're going to warm up the glutes and the thighs. We're going to lift our arms and pelvis up at the same time. So you're grounded through the feet, grounded through the pelvis, and ready. Inhale, reach up, lift bum. The thumbs can touch the floor, and then exhale, roll down through the spine slowly. We're thrusting up and rolling down. Inhale, thrust up. And exhale slowly. You can breathe out through a little straw. So it's as slowly as possible, rolling down, thrusting up, inhale, rolling down, breathing out through the straw. How slowly can you breathe out? How slowly can you descend back to the floor and then release and then thrust up, inhale. Breathing out through a straw. It's like you're deflating back to the mat. The arms are coming down, your pelvis is coming with them. Okay, 3 more. Inhale, thrust up. Exhale, deflate. It's amazing how slowly you can go down when you deflate like that. Last 2 rounds. And last one. Let yourself rest, knees drop in, hands drop out, splay the arms a little bit, closed eyes. You can take a couple of deeper, slower sighing style breaths maybe here. Let yourself soften for a moment. All right, we're going to do a pull and a push with the legs. So let's bring our knees in line with our hips. Take the hands onto the top of the right knee. Your right knee is trying to pull towards your chest, but you're stopping it with your arms without any flinching across the neck, face, jaw. Just using whatever muscles you have available below the neck. So the arms are purposefully pushing against the knee. The knee is pulling in and you're still breathing. 2 more breaths. Last breath, yeah. Okay, let's now interlock the hands behind the thigh, interlocked behind the thigh, and you're pulling the leg out away from you while you pull your arms in towards you without flinching in the neck. You can settle your shoulders down, your leg is moving away, your arms are moving towards, and you're still breathing. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Well done. Switch sides, hands on the left thigh, knee trying to come in, but you're pushing out with your arms and you're not flinching around the throat or even across the collarbones. You can settle in the arms and you can use all of the muscles that are required for this effort, but it's below the throat. You're not using your face. 2 more breaths. And switch, hands at the back, legs moving away, the arms are pulling towards. And so you're doing this at a measure that is possible, that there's a little battle with the arms and the leg, but neither side wins. You're still breathing. 2 more breaths. And then release. Draw your knees in, just rock a little from side to side. All right, we're going to come back into hands and knees. And we'll do an exercise that incorporates some of the work that we have done, and we're ready for this now, hopefully. Okay, the right leg is going back and the left hand is coming forwards. All right, we're going to inhale here. Exhale, bring the knee and the elbow towards the center. Can you touch them? And then take the inhale to reach out and then reach back, bring your hand back and touch the back foot. So you're lifting the back knee. Try and keep the knee lifted. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull back. See if you can keep the knee lifted. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Knee and elbow in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out and back. Touching the foot maybe. Inhale, reach out and curl in. Last one. Inhale, reach out. Can you catch the foot? Maybe catch the foot, and then lift the foot up a little. So you're arching the spine, you're lifting the knee. Keep your gaze somewhere steady. Last breath here, and then uncurl and just give yourself a break. You'll have some stabilizing effort in the left hip that we'll need to get rid of. So we'll just wag our tail in child's pose for a moment. And then we're going to just take ourselves back to hands and knees. Can you cross the left leg in front of the right? So either the left leg comes around the front or the right knee comes behind, and just come forwards and backwards. So we're releasing the left hip. Hopefully that doesn't feel too dangerous or weird on the knees. So you've got crossed legs, so left leg is in front, rocking forwards and backwards. Okay, uncross the legs, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so this is left leg back, right hand forwards, inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee maybe even touching. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, keep the knee lifted, touch the back foot. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out and back. 3 more. Two more. Last one. This last one, we catch the back foot, reach out, catch the back foot. If you can catch it, just lift the back knee, arch the spine for a moment, steady your gaze. One more breath. And then release. So now right leg crosses in front of the left. So you can cross the left foot behind, left knee behind if you want. And then you rock forwards and backwards to release that right thigh. All right, let's come out of that cross and into a down dog. Stretch the legs, you're lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Take a moment here, really pushing the ground away with your hands. You can shrug your shoulders, lift the shoulders up and away from the center if you'd like to. Release your head and neck though. And then let's come down onto our knees and onto our elbows. Let's do dolphin pose. You can have your hands together or apart, it's up to you. And as we go into the dolphin, lifting off your knees, push into the elbows, let the head dangle. If you'd like to, you can lift the right foot off the floor, bend the knee, pull the heel back, and then do some circles with your right knee. How big a circle can you manage with that right knee? And then change direction. This gives us something to do. I mean, it's good for the hip because the hip is nice and free, but it gives us something to do while we're strengthening across our arms. Have a break, knees down. Let's curl into our child's pose or sit up onto our feet and just let the blood clear out of the face. Up to you as to what feels comfortable. I feel so comfy sitting on my feet. That's not for everybody though. So whatever feels good, just to let yourself rest. We're going to do the dolphin again. So while we're strengthening our shoulders in dolphin, we're going to do the knee circles. All right, let's come down, and hands can be together or apart. It's up to you. Push into the elbows, lift off the knees. You're in dolphin pose, and then you're lifting the left foot to the sky, bending the knee, and then drawing circles with your knee. 4 or 5 circles in one direction, seeing if you can get nice big circles. Of course, there's tiny little changes around the pressure in the shoulders. See if you can keep the push of both elbows and change the circle of the knee. And then resting, knees down, child's pose, or sitting onto your feet and just letting your hands soften. Let your eyes close, smooth out your breathing. All right, last moving and breathing exercise. It's a lunge exercise. And so you're up onto your knees, step the right foot forwards. So I'm going to presume that the back knee is okay if we're kind of moving forwards and backwards. So we're going to move the foot far enough forward so that we get a nice, decent lunge. Lift the arms up as you lunge. You might even look up. And then you're going to bow down as you come back with your pelvis comes back. Flex through the front foot and bow here. Hands come back. It's kind of like a curtsy as well. Inhale, reach up, lunging. And exhale, bring the pelvis back and bow. Hopefully that back knee has any support that it needs to feel comfortable and stable. You might have a little blanket that you put underneath the back knee. This is a bit of a balancing act. If you don't feel like this is something that is good, you can just bring your fingers on the floor and just move from the pelvis, not the arms. Let's do 2 more. Okay, let's reach up and then go back into down dog and just get rid of that pressure off the left knee for a moment. Release the head and neck. We're going to step the left foot forwards for the other side. So back knee is on the floor. You've got to tuck, the left foot is forwards and it's moving far enough forward so you can feel like you can go into that lunge position, leaning forwards, arms up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bowing. So we're demanding mobility and stability in the legs, all the way from the ankles through the knee to the hip. It's very heavy on that back knee though, so pad the back knee if necessary. We're trying to move smoothly, slowly, breathing and moving at the same time. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Inhale up, exhale down dog. And flush that out of the legs. All right, last few moments in the down dog, maybe bringing the heels towards the floor, stretching the legs, pushing right back through. Nice active arms, spread the fingers. 2 more breaths here. And then knees down. Swivel the feet to the front. And let's do our wandering double pigeon. So right in front of left, crossed at the shins, nice and square. Keep a little flex in the feet. Lift the muscle off the sit bones. Lift nice and tall before you come forwards. And start to release the body forwards, leaning into the position as you keep the outer blades of the feet pushing down to the floor, opening the hips. Couple of breaths here in this double pigeon. And then let's start wandering around. So you might wander to the left, both hands, little teepee hands wandering, and you can feel a twist through the spine. Don't pinch down on the short side. And then wander to the right. You can feel side bend and twist in the body here. Don't get pinchy about it. Pull shy of any aggression. And then wander back into the center, maybe going slightly further forwards just for a few moments, just lean slightly further in. And then we're wandering back up and out and swapping sides. So we'll focus on side stretches in the next one. So left foot in front, crossed at the shins, flex through the feet, muscle off the sit bones, walk yourself forwards into the center and rest into it. All right, we're going to walk back up and out for our side stretching. So we're going to go from side to side a few times. So reach up and out, doesn't matter which side you start with. You might bend the lower elbow, reach the hand up and out. So it's almost like you're pulling the tissue out of the pelvis, out of the side chest. And while we're here, that top hand comes and gives it a rub, side rubbing. Just get the superficial fascia and release the skin, hand rubbing across the ribs. And then coming up and over to the other side. So we'll do both sides twice. So reach out of yourself, reaching, using the power of the reach of the arm, but also the reach of the ribs. Give the ribs some space. The pelvis is still heavy on the ground. And if you like the little rub, you can rub the side ribs, rub the side belly. You can rub into the lower back there. Just assisting that space to open. Don't tickle yourself. I mean, you can't tickle yourself, right? If somebody else did this, touched around your ribs, you'd giggle. Okay, and then we'll do one more on each side. As you reach up and over, this time maybe bring the hand behind the head and reach from the elbow, and then just move a little bit forwards and backwards, just a little bit. If you feel like that's pinching down on the short side, you don't have to reach too far, especially the reaching back. So reaching the elbow back, pause there for a moment. Keep the bum on both sides of the pelvis nice and heavy. You're reaching over to the side and back slightly. Last breath here. And then we'll go to the other side. Last side stretch, reaching up and out of yourself, hand to the back of the head. Reach from the elbow and move slightly forwards and backwards. Give yourself a little bit of investigation. Is there any range there? Okay, and then reach back, elbow, and maybe even looking up a little bit and breathing. Last breath here. And into the center. All right, let's do some one more stretch, and we'll do some more breathing as well. Widen both feet, so nice open legs. We've got this lovely stretch on the inner thighs. We're nice and symmetrical in Konasana. So let's, as we lean forwards, whatever you got, doesn't have to look like anything. You might have a little cushion underneath your buttocks if you want. All right, let's do the 4-7-8 breathing. And so that's inhale 4, hold 7, exhale through a straw for a count of 8. So lean in a little further, closed eyes, and ready. Join me for an inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blowing out through a straw. 2, maybe leaning further forwards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Closed mouth, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blowing out through the straw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Closed mouth, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blowing out through a straw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last round in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blowing out through the straw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just go back to passive breathing now, perhaps a bit down regulated. Soften the mind. And then walking back up and out of the position, coming into any seat, anything that feels comfy, sitting on a block. And just let ourselves sit for a moment with a tall spine. The head is floating on top of the spine. Take whatever support you need so that you can feel settled, that you're not agitated in the lower back or the knees. The hands can face down or face up. Eyes are gently closed. And just let ourselves settle into the effortlessness of aliveness. You don't have to do the living. You can enjoy the ride. And there is a great many things that you do on behalf of maintaining healthy body. But right now, we're not doing anything. This aliveness is effortless. You're born to sit up. Even sitting up, there's a minimum amount that you are doing to sit up. You're designed to sit up. You're designed to observe. You're designed to reflect. And this sitting, observing, reflecting is your nature. We're designed to be curious. And I say designed as though somebody is designing it. You might believe that's true or not, but let's, for the sake of this moment, know that it's just happening. Life is happening. And by design, however this has happened, over the million years of evolution, this is happening. So your aliveness is effortless. It just happens. We can feel the spaciousness of our own aliveness, the gloriousness of being alive right now. We're just landing our attention, this natural curiosity, this natural observation and reflection, as natural as breathing and moving and smiling and crying. Just sitting in the effortlessness of awareness, of aliveness, surrendering into yourself, just dropping in, not trying to change anything, being here with yourself. Precious moment of being present. You can feel the spaciousness of being present. You can feel the whole body at once. And in a way, you can feel the whole earth and the whole sky. You feel the wholeness, this eternal, infinite wholeness. Not abstract. It's just happening. You might like to continue in your meditation, just sitting in the effortlessness of aliveness. If you'd like to close off your practice with me now, we're just going to breathe and hum to close off. We're reaching out on the inhale. Hands meet at the top. Hum with the arms coming down through the center. I'm still humming as my hands come through the center. It's a little bow at the end. We reach out and up, inhale. humming all the way down through the center, your hands coming down, just gently, slowly, humming all the way down. Reach out and out. Let's do 2 more. Allowing ourselves to ground as we hum down through the center, bringing yourself all the way into the center of your own being. Let's leave our hands in the center at the end of this last round. If you're joining me, just take a moment here, feeling centered, spacious, reflective, and curious, feeling connected, and perhaps even feeling a little grateful for having the opportunity to be alive at all, to be alive and breathing, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to share with you. Namaste. If you're in the mood to meditate, please, my darling, do it. Satiate the natural craving to be quiet and meditate.